is Anne and this is Toby, and welcome to a Tobyknits and Stitches podcast, week 2. If you're new, grab a cup of tea. Sorry, I have to share the chair with Toby, who seems to these days be taking up more room than I get. So yeah, get a cup of tea, get comfy. This week we are talking about knitting and cross stitch. I have no crochet and I have no embroidery to show you this week, so that's it. I am actually surprised I've got as much done this week because my dad and my brother have been here. We drove up to Montreal to get them on, I think it was Tuesday, and on the way up there I was working on the Musselburgh hat, which is for Bob, and I finished it. I'm actually quite pleased with this one, and I've been keeping notes all along with regard to this. It is the typical Musselburgh where you start with a crown, you work out your gauge and the size you're going to make so you know how many decreases to do, and then you just knit straight down until you get to a certain length, and then you do the increases, decreases at the other end, and then it just flips inside. So I didn't have a full 100 grams of this yarn, and I was a little concerned I would not have enough, and it turned out I kept making notes all the way in my book. I have this lovely little book that I got last year, my knitting journal, and I have a whole double page on the Musselburgh where I keep my notes, because I've made 4 of them now. I made one for Sean, that was the first one, and I did him an adult medium, which was 18.5 inches to the decrease, so from the crown to the decrease, and it's 10 inches when folded in, 20 inches long altogether, and I had 9 grams of yarn left. This one, then the second one I made was for Andrew, and I knit him a medium, and I did his a little longer, just 19 inches, so half an inch longer, because Andrew likes him slouchy. Sean folds his up, Andrew likes his down and slouchy. And then I made one for Caroline back in July last year, and I made hers 18 inches to the decrease, and I only made her small. So this one's Bob's, and what did I do with my, I thought I had, hang on, a tape measure in here. I think I do. Of course, when you want it, you're not going to be able to. And this is jammed, this bag. Simply jammed with all kinds of stuff. But I'm sure I had a tape measure in here. Yes. Yes. So this one folded is 9 inches, and the reason for that, as I said, I thought I was going to run out. Bob has a smaller head than my boys, and he doesn't like it folded. He wanted it as a toque, and it's actually, if you want it as a toque, it turned out nice. So I'll put it on me so you can see it's still even on me, and this is how I would wear it, because I want it to cover my ears, and there's still a bit left up here to just make me look like I have a big head, but I could pull it down and give it a brim if I wanted to wear it like that. That's how Sean wears it, but I don't like that because I like to cover my ears. Hello? Oh, you are there. Okay. So anyway, even this is a perfect length for me. So by writing all this down, then I know how to knit them for everybody. Do they want a brim? Do they want a slouch? Do they want... Anyway, so this is now for Bob, and he can have it because I wouldn't let him have it till I showed it to you. I'm not going to block it. He's just going to wear it as it is. And today it's like this outside. Bit of a snowstorm. So as you can see, he's probably going to need it. So yeah, that was my finished object. And very happy with how it turned out. I have one to make for Megan and one to make for me before I get to all the kids. I just love making Musselburghs. They're really nice to make. All the links below to everything I am knitting and working on will be below. So you can go and check that out yourself. So the three, well, I had 4 knit whips, but obviously I finished one. So the other 3 that I've been working on is the Christmas stocking from Arne and Carlos. That's a 6 row a day mystery knit along on their blog. It's free. The Sophie hood, and I had a sock tube that my lovely friend Sue gave me, and I thought I would like to have try at making a pair of socks from a sock tube. Never done it before, and see what that's like. And I'm loving it. I'm a little bit obsessed with it. So let me show you first of all, though, the Arne and Carlos stocking. It's coming along fabulously well. I'm very pleased with it. It is an acrylic. It's not my favorite thing to knit with. Margaret asked me, did I like acrylic? No, I don't really. It's very stiff. And I actually have seen this yarn in a dollar shop. So, you know, you get what you pay for. It was only $2.25. So, but for me, it's worth it because it's going to be a Christmas stocking. It's going to hold things in it. It's going to stretch anyway. So I didn't want it to be super stretchy. And, I want it to last a few years before I have to replace it. So I think we are on 6. I need to knit day 13, which was yesterday, but today, which is day 14, every Sunday is just a catch-up day. There's no pattern release. So I just need to catch up yesterday's, and here is where it is. Look at that. Now I'm a bit sad my yellow, which is very vibrant here, beside the white, which still looks vibrant there, well, it's actually ivory, doesn't really, in my opinion, show up. Those are acorns, believe it or not. And then this is the rest of it. Now apparently these are half crowns or something, and then obviously hearts, and then we have this cell boot pattern of the rose or something, then the acorns, and then these are candles, obviously. So I've just got to the end of that, and then it's going to be hearts again up here. So I'm very happy with how it is turning out. Oh, excuse me. This part here is for the afterthought heel. We put waste yarn in because that will be coming out when we do the afterthought heel. But I really have enjoyed this and am enjoying it. And it's only 6 rounds a day, so it's kind of doable. And like I said, it's not my favorite yarn, but it's for what I want for this, it will do, because it's obviously not going to be a big expense to make this. So I'm really enjoying that. And I have to admit, I'm tending at the moment to lean towards knitting right now more than I am cross stitch, which is bizarre because you all know how much I love my cross stitch. But I think it's also because my dad and my brother are here, and it's easy to sit and knit and talk to them when we are sitting down for a bit, but we've been out almost every day. Obviously, we didn't go out today because of the weather. We're out every evening for supper, so I'm not getting a lot of time to craft, really. Oh, here's a picture of my dad and my brother, by the way. He will be 93 in December, my dad, and my brother is 6 years younger than me. So there. So yeah, we've just been super busy, and I really, when I'm cross-stitching, I kind of spread stuff out all around me. And so I haven't really done a lot. I will show you what I've done, but I haven't done a lot. It's mostly been knitting. Because I finished the hat, I went back to the Sophie hood, and it was actually quite easy to pick up and not as hard as I remembered. For some reason, I thought it was hard to do the increase round, but it's really not. You just have to make sure you mark it so you know which. But now I figured out how to count by looking, which is half of what I do. I look at my yarn to see, I read it so I can tell where I've got to, and I did a really clever thing. So here it is so far. So when you last saw me, I was here. So I've done this much in the car when we've been anywhere since then. And what I've been doing is every time I do the increase round, which is only on one side, the increase row, I am putting a marker, and then I know the next, I think it's 7 rows or something, are just knit or purl. Oh no, they're all knit, it's garter. So then I just count the bumps up, and then I know where I am, and then I do my increase round and I put the marker back. So that for me is a lot easier way of doing it. And of course it's got the I-cord on it, so it's going to be nice when I get this finished. But this is now car knitting because yeah, just because this is car knitting now. So, and I'm enjoying that. And this yarn that I am using is a Knitology, a glowing worsted, and it's called Pachyderm. 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, 30% alpaca. And it was in a knit crate box that I got years ago. They don't do knit crate anymore. You used to get yarn every month. And they'd give you a pattern to do it with, but I can't even find the patterns, so I just decided I'd do that with it. And then the final thing, which has been obsessing me for the past 2 days, is, as I said, my lovely friend Sue got me this sock tube. And I'd never knit from a sock tube. I was like, what do I do with that? So, and there was instructions inside, but I couldn't understand them. So of course I went to YouTube, and I'll put a link to the lady below that I got the information from. And so here I've done one, or I'm on the first one, because these will be for me, and I like a short leg. And I wanted, Sue had already put on like a white waist yarn on, and I just liked the way, as you can see it here, I liked the way the white waist yarn looked. And I didn't have any other colors that would go with this in my stash, but I always have white or plain or whatever. So I grabbed this and I did the cuff, and I just did a 2x2. So obviously I had to pick up the stitches at the end, and then following this video, and then cast on with the white, and just did a knit to purl to rib, and then did the stretchy bind off, Jenny's stretchy bind off, which I have done before, but I've typically done it in knit and purl. This is just all knit, which I'm not sure I'm thrilled about it, but it does make a nice little cuff thing. Anyway, I just hope it stays up. I feel like it's too stretchy, but we'll see. And so now I'm on the toe. And yes, this looks short. I do get that. But again, I don't like a long sock. So then the other part is on the DPNs. So that was the part that was there. So what I'll do is I think I can start from there because that's where this one goes. No, I can't. So I'll have to put doodads, needles here, and then I'll wind this off so I can start from here again to do this cuff. And then they'll be matchy-matchy. And then, so that will finish there. So then I've got all this still left. So I'm going to just fold this in half, and I might just make a great big pair of socks or for Bob, or I have to let him see because this is a 62, 66 or something, 64. So he normally is a 72. So I don't know if they'll fit him, but I could get another couple of pairs of these out of there as gifts for the girls maybe. So anyway, we'll see. I'm so impressed with this that I'm actually very thinking of actually getting myself my own machine. Because I think it would just be great fun. Dye my yarn and then train. Oh my. I think it will be fun to do. So dye my yarn and then do that. And then, you know, if I have a couple of dyed and the rest go in my shop, people will see what it looks like knit up, right, from the sock tube. So anyway, I might do that. I don't know. I pretty much think I will. I'm almost certain I will. I think I'll order it after. So that's the knitting. And as I say, I've not really done a lot with the cross stitch. I did work on Monday night, I believe it was, and then Tuesday we'd gone to get my dad and we didn't get home till late, and Wednesday I think I worked a bit on this Wednesday night. Or was that? Yeah, I forget. But I really haven't. No, I don't think I did. I did get chocolate on it though, if that's any good to you. So I just did that bit. So yeah, I really haven't done anything on it, to be honest with you, considering this is the urgent. But yeah, so let's just put that away because I really did not work on that much. Very bad at that. And then there was a football game on. We're not going to talk about it. We're not talking about it, okay? Don't even bring it up in the comments. We're not talking about it. Which I watched with my dad and my brother. In actual fact, I think we turned it off and went to the F1 halfway through because it was just like, we're not watching this. So I got this much done and finished the bonnet part. So I'm starting to fill in the middle in the bonnet, and that was the back of the bonnet. So yeah, not really a lot on that either. But I mean, I get some stitches in it, right? Yeah, terrible game today. Terrible game. The less said about that, the better. And then Saturday was Whip Go. And so I did work on this yesterday. This is Sally, which is my Saturday project for this month. And this is the beautiful Sally. And I started working on her hair. Now again, it's hardly any of it done. I got a bit more of the hair done here and started on this side to come down here with her hair. But I don't even think I got 100 stitches in. I don't know why, I just don't seem to be. It's just hard. Plus I'm up and down getting my dad and my brother coffee or tea or making them something, or like, you know, or the dog has to go out. It's just been very busy. Very, very busy. So, I can't get this in. There we go. Today is family tree, so I shall work on that later. Let me get this out of the way. I will work on that later, hopefully. But we are going out for dinner tonight, so we'll have to see. Okay, so next to talk about is incoming. Let me get it all. Okay, so for incoming, finally, I got my historic sampler box. Oh my goodness. Because of all the delays that we had with Canada Post, I never thought I was going to get these. I certainly did not get the current stitch along. I don't know what happened to it. It didn't come. And the ladies are lovely there. They're really super lovely. And they were apologizing to me. And I'm like, it's not your fault. Like, it's Canada Post's fault. But anyway, so in this is the November box. And look at this. Holy moly, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, and it's hunting season here in Canada right now for deer. And we live in a village in the country, 15 minutes from the nearest town and 40 minutes from the nearest big city, which is Ottawa. And so we have a lot of open space around us, lots of acres of nothingness and farmland, and there's lots of deer. And we often used to get deer in our backyard. I haven't seen any in a while. And so we were going into the restaurant yesterday, and the hunters were coming out. You can tell they all have hunting gear on, and you know. So I said to them, excuse me, no, don't be killing my deer. You leave them alone. Just go for the coyotes, please. Because the coyotes are who push out the deer, according to this hunter, so that they can because the coyotes try to eat them, right? So anyway, I thought this was gorgeous, and I just love it. And I especially love the fact that it's on a beautiful blue linen. Isn't that gorgeous? And of course it comes with, I like the bags that we're getting this time. They're very pretty. Oh, look at the colors. They're so Christmassy. So these would be on here. Isn't that lovely? I love it. Thank you so much. I just love this company like you wouldn't believe. We also got a gorgeous cup of tea, because you have to have a cup of tea when you're cross stitching. It's the law. And we also got, because they always give you the finishing tools for it, we also got the frame to finish it with. I'll actually use this frame while I'm stitching it, and then when it's complete, it'll stay in there. We also got a candy, which I will have to hide from Tristan, as you know. And I actually love white chocolate. I'm not sure he does, so I actually may end up keeping that. And this lovely, lovely, now I was thinking what I might do is somehow put that on the end and actually hang this from it. What do you think when it's finished? Because that would make a lovely Christmassy thing. Anyway, so that came in the mail yesterday. I was thrilled to bits. Now, the other thing that I did was, because I love Advent so much, and December, and I am doing Vlogmas, as you know, I do have my Bothy's Thread Advent. The Toft one is on the way. I should get it Wednesday. I went out and bought myself, because this, again, it's the law. You have to have chocolate when you're eating. Yes, I know, for all of you yelling out, you're now diabetic. Yeah, it's one little chocolate a day because it's Advent. So that will curb my sweet tooth, right? And not, I won't overdo it because it's one little chocolate a day. So that won't kill me. And then of course I had to buy this. I've had this another 2 times in the last 5 years. I didn't get it last year. Megan bought it me the year before, and then I think the year before that I bought it myself. So I bought it again this year for myself, the David's Tea Advent, because we will be getting a nice cup of tea every day. And there's usually enough for 2 or 3 cups actually. It's loose leaf tea, and they're all different flavors. And the flavors are all on the back. So when you find the one in the number, you come to the back to look to see what it is and what's in it and how to do it. Because some of them you need them to stick longer than others. So that is that. So those are my Advents so far. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk to you about is, do you remember I got the Advent last year from, I got 2 Advents last year, both of them 12 days. One was the ginger snap and that. It was the gnome along. So it's over there in that box there. And there's 12 yarns in. Some of them I did use to make the snowman right there. But that was really all I made with it. And I did make that, use the yarn for that one there. So I still have, you know, like 10 full skeins. And I also had started Ellie from Craft House Magic, her snow, because I got her 12 days Advent, and that came with a cowl, and I started it, and I really wasn't feeling it. So actually I ended up frogging it all day before yesterday. And so here is all the ones I have not wound up. And then I wound up the 3 that I had started and wound 2 more up. And what I plan to do, oh, there's the tape measure. I was looking for that. My other tape measure. What I plan to do is during December, during my Advent, because I didn't order an Advent this year, knitting one, my plan is to knit an Advent project each day. So I ordered the Helen Stewart Knit Vent, which I did this in 2020 and loved it. It's already started, you can still get in on it, and you get 6 patterns, all to use with your minis. And so what I did was I've ordered it. The first one came out. It's a beautiful big blanket. But I don't want to do a blanket with the minis. I just don't. I want to do mittens or a hat, something that I know I will wear. Even a cardigan would be lovely, or a jumper or something. So anyway, I'm saving this and that to do it. If I end up getting 2 projects, one out of a 12 and the other one, a small project out of 12, great. If I fall in love with something that's gonna take 24, perfect. The only trouble is these are only 10 grams, and I think my other ones are 20 grams. So, but I've got like a whole 2 jars up there of small bits of yarn that I could also just use them as well and follow pick similar colors. So I'm not worried either way, but I think that's what I want to do. So I'll have my tuft, so I'll have a crochet project each day. We'll have the bothy thread to open each day. I'll have part of my knit vent to do each day, because you'll see what it is even before. It won't be a mystery at this point, because it should end, I think, around the first week of December. Like all of the patterns should be released by then, but I will be knitting something each day, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, so that's about it, really. That's all I have to tell you. So I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea, and on my new iPad, which has a keyboard, I am going to edit this, because it's way faster to do it this way than it is on my old computer. Thank you to whoever told me to do that. I feel like it was Margaret. Margaret seems to be my soothsayer. she gives me such great information. Anyway, I'm going to go. So I will be seeing you next week. We are taking Dad home, back to the air. We're going on Wednesday to Montreal, and he leaves on Thursday. So, yeah, then I'm assuming I'll get back to all my normal crafting times. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.